Alright, welcome back to Adventures with Rosie, and welcome to a rather early start for me. It's 6 a.m, 6:30 a.m, and I am right down the bottom of the South Island in Bluff. Now I'm about to do something cool today that I've kind of been tossing up for a while. You've probably seen we've been in Invercargill, we've had a pretty action-packed week, and I was kind of talking to Chelsea about something I've always wanted to do, and that is go swimming with sharks, or not quite swimming, but you know, in a cage off the back of a boat. Cage shark diving, I think they call it. So we were down here and we were doing a bit of Googling, and we realised that Bluff has one of the only places in New Zealand, there's not many sort of operators in New Zealand that do it, but one of the only places where you can swim with sharks. And kind of cool as well, one of only a handful of places in the world that you can swim with great white sharks commercially. So yeah, we thought we might as well do it while we're down here. Well, I might as well do it. Left her back in the caravan with the kids. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm about to go and check into the office, and I'm about to go out in the Foveaux Strait again and go diving with sharks. I've not done diving before, I've not swum with sharks before, so I don't really know what to expect, so I'll take you guys along. I need to hurry along and get checked in, and I imagine there's a safety briefing and things. So yeah, I've got the GoPro, hopefully we can get some shots. I'll try and catch up with you on the boat. Well, I was kind of figuring it might be a bit difficult to talk on the boat, so here I am talking once I've got back. Where we're headed right now is towards Titi Islands, which is a group of islands. Titi is a mutton bird in Māori, and a group of islands just off Stewart Island, and basically a lot of fish here, a lot of marine life, and great white sharks. So once we arrived, they threw the cage down, and we had to jump in one by one with the dive team lead who was already in the cage and show them two things. One was that we could clear our mask properly if we got water in it, and one was that we could recover and purge our respirator, so purging it, pushing a button on the back which forces air through it and putting it back in your mouth. While we did that, a shark arrived. So we'd been there for literally 5 minutes, and there's a shark, and a giant one of that 4-meter shark swimming off the back of the boat. Then another one came and joined it that they said was, I think, 4 or 5 meters. But so literally while I was down in that cage doing my checks with the diver, which I didn't take the camera down for, but while I was doing that, there was a great white shark swimming around the cage. The first time I've been diving, so it was pretty nuts. And then basically we all went through one by one, just a couple minutes down, showed him that we could do what we could do, and then we came up, and then it was open slather. Well, I just finished my first session, and that was incredible. Kind of terrifying, real tricky, well not tricky, but just interesting learning how to breathe. But those sharks were incredible. There was 2 of them just circling the cage. I stayed down there for like probably 20 minutes. And here they're just going to keep a continuous stream of divers going down through the cage. Apparently that's what keeps the sharks interested, is not only the bait, but also seeing people in the cage and the bubbles and the movement and everything. So yeah, we'll have a bit of lunch, cup of soup, then I'm going to go back down. So all up, I probably spent a good hour in the water at least. I went down, some sessions were as long as like 20 minutes. Some people went down just for like 1 or 2 quick sessions, saw the sharks, and then like hung out on the boat, had lunch. They had like cup of soup, sandwiches, cheese rolls, like good lunch. But some people just wanted to see the sharks and then kind of chill, and I kind of went down with the last group, and the sharks were getting a little bit bored towards the end and just kind of circling down the bottom. So we just hung out in the cage basically till it was time to leave. But I think all in all they said we saw 5 different sharks, which is pretty cool. They actually have a calendar on their website, and you can go and see how many sharks they saw each day of the month. Pretty rare that they don't see a shark, and I think they refund you, or you get a voucher to go again if they don't see a shark. But yeah, pretty cool. Albatross as well, landing on top of the water, big jellyfish swimming around and stuff, so it was really awesome. So yeah, it was amazing. I don't think it was, the nerves were interesting. I don't think the thing I was scared about was the shark itself, but more just like, and I wouldn't say scared, maybe just apprehensive. I've never dived before, so I wasn't sure about the regulator and what it was like to be underwater, what it was like to be in a small cage with 4 or 5 people, and then breathing, and yeah, just kind of a combination of all of that. So it's a bit of a nervous trip over there because it takes an hour to get over there, and then once you're in the water for like 5 minutes, you're like, okay, this is awesome. And they're just gracefully swimming past, you know. They don't work the sharks up or throw, they just had a few tuna heads on rope that they'd kind of get the fish interested in, and that activity brings the shark in. They don't want to bleed fish out or throw a whole lot of fish in there and get the sharks angry, basically. They said that doesn't make for a good experience. It's more about getting activity up and divers in the water and your bubbles and your heart rate, and they can smell all of that, and that's what lures them in. So awesome experience. We were actually home by about 2 o'clock, which is cool, so super early start and then home by 2. It was a little bit expensive. I think it cost me just over $500. I had to pay a little bit more because I wasn't a certified diver, but like I said, I think this morning in the car park, there's like only a few opportunities to do this in New Zealand, and I don't know when we're next going to be in Invercargill, so that's why I did it. So awesome experience. Hopefully you enjoyed the short video. If you missed all our adventures in Invercargill, we did some cool stuff in Invercargill, didn't we? I drove a digger in Invercargill just the other day, which was amazing. We did a ton of museums and stuff,
Yeah, we did motorcycle, mecha, and transport world, and if you didn't see the other time I said, there was actually Lego room.
There was a Lego room at Transport World. So we had a great weekend in Invercargill. If you missed that video, pop it up here somewhere or subscribe to the channel and go ahead and watch. We've also been all through the Catlins and all sorts of beautiful spots in the last year.
Just go to Rosie.
Go to Adventures with Rosie on YouTube. Alright guys, see you in the next video.